Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. My name's Adam, and this is SNS 17. We've had a pretty busy week this week. A lot of crazy weather. I'm sure that a lot of you guys here in the States probably heard about the bad weather that we had here in town in Pensacola, and it was pretty rough. And we've had a lot of devastation in town. That happened Wednesday. We had I assume it's a record, I don't know, but we had like 27 inches of rainfall in a day here, just in the city alone. That's not counting the surrounding areas here. So a lot of you guys sent me some emails and messages, and I appreciate that. Happy to say that everything here is fine for me. I lost power for a day, and that was the worst that I got, but there was a lot of devastation all around town, lots of flooding, especially in places that you would never think would flood, just because there was so much rain that it had nowhere to go. So all the little low-lying areas in town would just fill up with water like bowls, man, and then it would start running like rivers everywhere. So there's lots of roads that got washed away. There were some bridges that I heard that got washed away. A lot of closures here and there, but it was pretty bad, and there's a lot of work that's got to be done in this town now. I'll tell you that, a lot of road work. So, but again, thanks for everybody for your concerns. So, you know, like I said, everything's good with me. So, I did take a couple videos of the storm, the night the storm hit. I took a video then, and then the next day when I went to work, right before I got to my work down there, I came up to a flooded area of the highway, and I made my way around to where our job is and got out and walked down there and took some video of that. So if I got time, I'd like to show you guys that. That's about all I got. Sorry, phone was ringing there. I'll go ahead and finish this up, but anyway, we got a lot of viewer appreciation mail that showed up this week, so we had a lot of boxes to go in, and we got a very special package from a very special friend that showed up this week, and I'm going to show you guys that, and I just hope you enjoy the show. So kick back, relax, and check out all the new goodies. Okay. All right, so the power just went out, and we've got some really bad thunderstorms that's been moving through since last night, really. And tonight they started back again. They're moving through, and the power just went out. One of the transformers right down the street, I think, popped. I just looked on the map, just trying to give you a shot so you can see how much lightning there is, man. I mean, lightning everywhere. Store across the street's got power. There comes the rain again. You can just hear that. You can hear that thunder everywhere. Lightning's just popping everywhere. This is what it's like at the booth house right now. No power, lots of rain, thunderstorms, and lots of lightning. And lots of sirens too. Well, we got another delivery today. Looks like Pandora's box finally showed up. Special delivery from Tom Lipton. So can't wait to get this thing inside and see what I got. Also got a big old piece of rod right there that I brought home today that I might use for another project here pretty soon. I'll show you guys that later. So let's get this package inside and get it unboxed. Man, look at all this stuff. Dang, Postal Service been busy this past week. We got 6 packages in this week that I'm going to open up here. Came home today and I found 3 of them on the porch. And there was a little job out there too. That was kind of funny. I've never had 3 boxes in one day. Usually it's just 1 box whenever one shows up. So yeah, the mailman's been busy running back and forth because my mailbox isn't big enough for these boxes to go in, so he has to get out and come up to my front porch and drop them off there. I guess I need to get him a bigger mailbox out there. So anyway, we got I believe 2 of these are boxes from one of them is a trade. I traded somebody some tools. I believe that's one of them, and then I actually bought some tools from somebody else also. So I believe that's what 2 of them are. And then 3 of them, I believe, are viewer appreciation mail. So let's go into them and see what we got here, okay? All right, so here's the box. So let's open her up and see what kind of surprise we got for us inside. Damn, Tom, you got this sucker wrapped tighter than Dick's Hat Man. Got her all foamed up and everything. It's probably the best quality packaging I've ever seen before. Okay. All right, first phase done. Now let's get the saran wrap off of it. All right, dude. This thing is welded up tight. Alright, he went ahead and put the address on the front here and his return address just in case it come off of the box. So it was all still on here. And he put a sticker here that says, "Sealed for your pleasure." Man. I didn't think you welded the whole top up completely solid, but you did. So all the corners are completely welded up. Alright. So now I gotta cut this thing open, huh? Well, I think what I will do is so I've already watched the video of him building this, putting this box together, and there was a lot of good comments on there. Everybody seemed to really enjoy the gag that's happening right here. Instead of getting my grinder out, I think I'll take this over to the milling machine and we'll use the mill to machine the welds off and cut this box open. Alright, well, let me regroup and we'll get started on it. Okay guys, I'm going to start going through some of these boxes here and see what we got. By the way, I wanted to point out that if you do send me something and it shows up toward the end of the week, it's usually not enough time for me to get it added to my Saturday night special videos, because I try to get those made a little bit ahead of time so I'm not rushing Saturday to get them done. So just keep that in mind, guys. But I appreciate your mail. It's great getting this stuff. So let's start with the first one here. And this comes from David Stars. And he is from San Mateo, California. Mateo, am I saying that right? I don't know. Okay, got a letter here. Let's see what he says. Adam, just a little something to say thank you for your great videos. I have learned a lot from watching you. I also enjoy your show and tell videos. Every tool nut likes to see what the next guy has in his toolbox. I noticed in a recent video that you had to get your cutting oil container off the Monarch to use on your mill. This will allow you to have one on each, the Dual, Victor, and the Monarch. I also threw in a bunch of acid brushes as yours looks a little funky. Thanks again, keep up the great work and doing the great videos. Warm regards, Dave. Okay, so looks like Dave sent us some more Spillmasters. Okay, oh, there's the peanuts. We don't want those flying everywhere. Alright, so we got 2 more Spillmasters. And a package of acid brushes here. Alright, and I think that's it. Yeah, the Spillmasters are great. You know, Tom Lipton turned a lot of us onto this thing, and James Kilroy also talked about them. And I bought one to try it out and see what it was all about, and they work good. And it was funny, I actually was moving mine the other day. For some reason I had it over here and I don't remember what I was doing, and I reached over and set it on the edge of the desk over there, and I didn't have it on there, and it fell. And I was instantly like reaching down there to try to get it, knew I was going to have an oil spill, but not a drop of oil got onto the concrete because of this. So these are great. They're a little light because they're just molded plastic, so I like to stick a little, just a little piece of steel, something kind of flat, because this center cone goes pretty deep inside there. So yeah, these will work great. Thanks, Dave. We'll open them up and get them lubed up, and I'll put them over on the machines. So that's great. And thank you for the acid brushes too. These have lots of good uses to them. So I needed some. So thanks. All right. We'll put these up here, and we'll move on to the next item. Okay, so here's our box. And we're going to have to cut these welds off so I can get my goodies out of here. So I thought I would try something that I haven't shown before. I showed you in a video a while back these suckers here that me and my dad made. And these go in the milling machine and they pull down to the mill table. I've got it milled for a 5/8 slot there. So what I'll do is put one of these on each side of the box, and I'll probably use one of my big parallels in between it. This gets pulled down to the table. I put a parallel in here and use the set screws to tighten it up. And the box is pretty heavy. It's 106 pounds. So I think with these shoving against it, that'll be enough holding power that I can run a cutter down the side here and cut this weld off. So, all right, I'm going to get the mill set up for these suckers here. Okay, on to the next one. This next package was sent to me by Bill Lewis. and he is from Bethesda, Maryland. I believe that's right. Okay, you got a little note here, and see what he's got to say. Adam, please accept this Brownie number 11 C-clamp as a small token of my appreciation for you sharing your machinist knowledge, skill, and time with your YouTube followers. I've learned a lot watching your techniques and always find your videos entertaining. This clamp appears to be brass plated. I couldn't tell if the one you found at the flea market was plated or not. I especially love seeing the spray welding and would love to see more of that. You certainly look like a real man operating that apparatus. Your machinist pal in Maryland, Bill. Well, thanks, Bill. So let's check out the clamp here. In my flea market video, I found the little tiny C-clamp called a Brownie, and you can see that if you want to check that video out if you haven't. And I was mentioning that it would be nice to have another one to match it. So it looks like Bill must have had one hoarded away. There it is. Yeah, that's exactly like mine. Brownie number 11. And it's really neat. It's just got a little, it's got a knurled screw here for just doing light duty clamping. And they're great, man. There's been a lot of times when you've got small parts that you're trying to hold together over in the vise to do some welding or soldering or, you know, tack welding or anything like that. And this one looks like it's in great shape, and it does look like it's coated. Yeah, because there's a little bit of rust showing on this side here, so that does look like some kind of coating. Let me grab my other one so we can compare it here. So here's the other one. This is the one that I picked up at the flea market, and I haven't even cleaned it up yet. I just put it over on the shelf and I haven't messed with it. So they appear to be the same thing. So that's awesome. Now I've got two of them. So thank you very much, Bill. I really appreciate this. Hopefully we'll get to see him in video here real soon. So the Brownie number 11 C-clamp. Okay, there's the mill set up. I'm getting ready to bring the box over here. So I've already got this one pulled down. It's pulled down tight to the table. And here's the big parallel. Here's the other one. What I'll do is sandwich it between the block and the box itself. So let me go get the box and bring it over. Now, I don't know how flat it's gonna try to clamp it, but we're gonna run it up and see what it does anyway. Might be just enough to do what we got to do here. All right, so here's the other clamp block. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and set the parallel there. And just bump it down to the table. Slide my T-nut up in there and the stud. By the way, these are 5/8 studs. These are some of that big boy stuff. All right, and just tighten down the block. You got to put a little bit of that A-bomb torque on it. All right. So now all we got to do, you really don't even have to tighten both of them. What I'll do, all right, all three of these set screws are backed off, so the three set screws that's on this side over here, I'll go ahead and start tightening them up. I want to make sure that the center is good too. Okay. I'll snug these up. The only thing I don't want it to do is like lift it, pick it up. I like for it to stay kind of flat. It's kind of laying on those weld beads. All right, I see it moving it. Let's see if I can shove it out of there. All right. Well, I'm not moving it, so I'm hoping that's enough there for an end mill. We'll run the end mill down probably the back side here and cut it off. I'll have to adjust the turret a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna take the turret back. So, all right, let me find a cutter. We'll start ripping this thing open like a sardine can. Okay, moving on. Next box, and this comes to us from Ken Bartlett, and he is from Marina, California. And Ken has already sent me one item before, actually a couple items, but I haven't opened them up yet. All right, here's a note. Okay. That says Adam 1. All right, that one's not marked. Adam 2, Adam 3, okay, and then we got 3 more that's not marked there, so we'll see what Ken has to say. Adam, more viewer appreciation mail. The packages Adam 1 and 2 go together. Package 6, which is number 3, is obvious. And the other packages are for the ladies in your life. One for mom, one for the wife, and one for your sister. I made the pins all from the same wood. It's called lignum. It's lignum vitae, I believe, which is supposed to be the hardest wood on the planet. I really appreciate all the hard work you put in your videos. Take care, Ken Bartlett. P.S. The work sketch leads in color are supposed to write on any material, metal, glass, wood. Just press on the top button and the graphite will fall out. The lead will fall straight out. So hold your hand over the tip. Okay. I kind of messed up the letter there. So, all right, Ken. Let's check it out. So Ken sent me these pins here not too long ago. I want to say maybe a month or so ago. One of them was Jack Daniel's barrel wood, and the other one is money. And I've still got them right here. I haven't used them yet, but I keep them right here. It's like a collet. There's you a shot of it right there. Push the end. And you can see it spreading out there to loosen up on the lead. Okay. All right, so these are extra leads, sketch pencil color leads. Yep, this is graphite lead, and these are color leads. So these go with this pen here. That's cool, man. Digging it. That's a cool pen. This looks like it's made like a bolt action rifle. And the end of it looks like a bullet with the copper tip there. Yep, there it is. There's your bolt action. The end of it looks like the end of a bullet. Very nice. Very nicely done. Oh, look at the, yep, there's the clamp, you know, for your shirt is the shape of a rifle there. Nice stuff, Ken. I like them. Writes nice. Okay. Well, we'll move on. We'll move on and look at the other pens here and see what he made for the women. Got a little bit of decor. You know, it's just some elegant design stuff on the end here. Nice pen. And I'm assuming we got a couple more here. Okay. All right, this is the same one. Okay, there's 3 of them. This wood looks a little bit darker than these. You guys see all this? I hadn't even been paying attention to my camera here. So these 3 are of the same design, and these are the 3 that he said to give. So we'll give one to Mom, one to Elena, and one to Lisa. And we got the bolt action pen. And we got the pen that takes the big fat leads there with the extra leads. All very nice stuff. Ken, I would imagine that's quite pricey, all this stuff sitting right here. So you do some fine work, nice craftsmanship, and I know that I know everybody's going to love having these, especially, you know, anytime somebody hand makes something for you, it's just extra special. So thanks again. Thanks for all the pens, and I cherish them and I use them, and I'm sure that they're going to enjoy the pens also. So thank you very much, Ken. I appreciate it. All right, Tom, I'm ready to get this thing opened up. We got a 1/2 inch 3 flute high helix end mill. Those are great for cutting aluminum. It is used, but it still feels pretty sharp, so I'm going to try that one. And I hope I can get it done this way. So nothing is perfectly square. You know, this is a fabricated box, so it's not perfectly squared and lined everywhere, and I'm not really too worried about that. I would like to save the bottom of it to maybe use as some kind of box, because Tom did such a great job fabbing it up. So the top, not really worried about, as long as we cut the welds off, remove the lid, that's really all that matters. So it seems to be sitting pretty flat on the table. Now this is domed a little bit here because he pulled it down so that it would squeeze everything tight. So probably what I'll do is touch off and just feed the table up 1/8 of an inch or so, and you know, and just run in to where it looks like it's removing all the weld. Oh yeah. All right, Tom. coming after you. Okay, one side down. Alright, what I'll do then is I'll go ahead and I'll cut this side over here, the front side. We'll get those two cut, then I might just loosen it up and turn it 90 degrees. So I'm going to take the table on back. Oop. Move my wrench. Okay, now we'll do the front side of the box here. You see the split? That's what I'm eyeballing. Just feed it by hand. All right, we can just barely get a peek in there now. See, those cutters do pretty good on aluminum. Right here, it was you know, galling up on the cutter. Needed a little bit of lubrication. All right, so hell, let's just flip this thing around 90 degrees and see if we can do this 2 more times. Made it to work. I had to go through the neighborhood over here on this side to get through because this intersection right here at Navy Boulevard and W Street is completely flooded, and that Mercedes dealership right over there, almost every car is in the water. The strip club next door is underwater. Walk over here and get a better shot. I have never seen this intersection underwater like this. Good thing we got a high parking lot. So here's our fence line in our shop up high. There's the neighbors and their parking lot. And that's the road out there where that white car is. And down there where the yellow light is, there's a bunch of cars down there underneath water, stalled out. This rain is a real mess, and there is flooding going on everywhere in town. Just found out one of my co-workers' houses is flooded. That's not good. Well, you see all the lightning. it's been like this just constantly. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cutter out because I don't need to gouge up my hands with it. Just take the cutter out so I don't mess that up. I'll just loosen these 3 square-headed set screws on this side, back them out. Okay. I'll move this one out for a little clearance. Now, let me get my Tom Lipton approved work gloves. Got some sharp edges on that thing now. The old Maxi Flex. Okay, looks about centered. Tighten these back up. Now, I don't know how well it's going to hold this time because of us already cutting 2 of these corners. It's probably going to try to squeeze in quite a bit. But that's okay, as if it's I'm hoping that it's kind of binding up on the edge of the chuck in there. Okay, it seems to be tightened up pretty good. I got those set screws snug. I don't think that's going to move, so all right, we're gonna go with it. Put the cutter back in here. All right, side number 3. I think what I'll do is just touch off there. That looks like that'll work. Now, I don't know how this thing is going to react when this corner gives way. I might need to put a little clamp here just to hold it to keep it from trying to pull it up in the cutter. Like I said, I don't know what it's going to try to do. I know that's totally blocking the camera now. Look at that. Three sides down. See, if I didn't have that clamp on there, it could have popped that thing up. Okay, one more side to do. We'll move it back over here and we'll cut the back side. Take the lid off. Okay, this next box is it's not viewer appreciation mail. This is some stuff that I found for sale and actually purchased. One of the guys on the machinist forum had a bunch of stuff for sale, and I picked out a few of them, and so I want to share them with you. Okay, all right, first thing is the Starrett radius gauge set. This looked like it was in really good condition from the pictures, and it is. It's a nice clean set. It is missing the holder, but I got a good deal on it, and I don't have a Starrett set that's nice, so I wanted to pick that up. Alright, next thing I bought 3 things from this guy, and pretty nice little wooden box here, and it's another Starrett back plunge indicator set, and it looks like the full kit, but it looks like here there's a whole bunch of extra tips. Yeah, there's all kind of extra tips here for indicators, and I don't believe all these went with this set. This looks like, you know, some extras that you can buy, and somebody must have had them in here. But it is a complete kit, and it's in good shape. It's in good shape. There's no rust on it. Yep. So we got lots of extra tips in this kit, so that's like a little bonus there. Some accessories for the indicators. Look at these tips. There's 2 of them in there. They look like knife blades. There's the other one there. That's cool. I've never seen a tip like that. And of course you got the indicator. This one's, it's got some age to it, you know, it's kind of yellowed a little bit. And it still works okay, and it's a little bit spongy right there at the very end when it comes back to 0. But it's kind of hard to resist sets of tools like this, and I got a good buy on all this stuff. He had his asking prices, and I sent him an offer on everything, and we settled on a deal that we were both comfortable with. And the last thing here is a set of thread files. And thread files are a great addition to any shop. Let me make sure you can see this. Yeah. Okay. I've got a few, but I seen this set right here, and I really liked it. And it doesn't look like it's been used really. So let's pull a few of them out and look. Now this is one that I really do like. 60-degree universal thread file, and it's made in USA. I like this style right here because my dad's got one, and it's one that we use for years. And it's just got the one edge there, and you can use it to straighten out your threads. So it's nice to have another one of those. Alright, then we got 2 more in here. Let's see. These things look brand new. I don't think they've ever been used. So this is, that's a number 7 thread file. So you've got your different standard pitches here, you know, imperial sizes. Now here is a metric. Yep, we got lots of different metric pitches on this, and this is great because I don't have one of these, so this is a nice tool to have in the shop. All right, we've got a few more in here. Let's take a look at them. The number 5. Now this is a lot wider one right here. So you've got an 8 pitch, a 10, 11 and a half, and a 14. I know a couple of those are pipe thread. That might be all pipe thread. I can't remember offhand what 10 is, but I know there's an 8, 11 and a half, and a 14 in pipe. So that must be what this one is made for, is for pipe thread. Very cool. All right, we got 2 more here, and this should be the other. It's a 16 and an 18. Okay, so this is an extra one. No. Okay. Well, you got different thread pitches. There's 16 and 18, 11 and 12. 11 and a half, 14. Okay, they have some different pitches on them. There's the metric. You've got a bunch of your fine threads on here. There's a 27. I believe that's pipe thread also. 9, 10, 28, 32, 12, and 16. All made in USA. And I believe that they're all brand new. So this is a very nice welcomed addition to the shop here. Very nice set of thread files. Okay, you guys know I love tools, and he had a lot of nice stuff out there for sale. But this is some of the stuff that I picked out. It was what I felt comfortable buying, and I'm happy with it. So, very nice set of the Starrett back plunge indicator, Starrett radius gauge, and the thread file set. All right, we'll move on. Okay, getting lots of nice stuff in this week, man. I'm loving it. So I got 2 more boxes here. And the next one here I'm going to open up is from another viewer, and this is a trade that he and I did, and he asked me not to disclose his name or location, but we're just going to call him Stu from Mississippi. So in my flea market video, if you watched it and remember, I picked up a Starrett back plunge indicator set like this one here, and Stu wanted it and offered some items for trade that I thought was fair, so I traded them. Just some good, shop stuff. Big Maglite flashlight. This is a Chicago Latrobe screw extractor set. Looks like it's a brand new set, never been used. Also known as ease outs or easy outs. So I got quite a few of these, but they are handy. You just have to be very careful when using these because you don't want to break them off when you're using them. I've had to remove a lot of those things for people as a job. Hey man, I tried to drill this bolt out. But I broke off an ease out down there. Can you get it out for me? Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I always tell them it's best to just bring it to me before you break something off in there. All right, then we also got a brand new set of Vecklin Allen wrench set. You got your standard and your metrics. And we all use these around the shop, so it never hurts to have more. I was actually looking to buy some here pretty soon because a couple of my sets have come up missing some of the smaller wrenches there. Always the one that you need. And I believe that was it. Oh no, here's the last item here. This is a tap wrench. I almost forgot about this one. Lift and turn for ratchet. It's a ratcheting tap wrench. I don't know the maker on it. This is probably an import because it's not stamped on here. Alright, just trying to figure it out here. There's it locked. Okay. So there's your ratcheting action. So I'll have to play with it to find out where the positions is. So that's a cool tap wrench. So I think we got a nice fair trade there for the Starrett set. Some nice tools, and I've never had a flashlight this big before, but you can also use this as a personal defense item if you need to. Come in here raising some hell, I might have to grab this and bash somebody with it. But anyway, so that was the trade for the Starrett back plunge indicator set, and I wanted to go ahead and mention that I really enjoyed this trading. I haven't done it a lot, but I have traded a few items. So if you guys see something that I picked up at the flea market, if you got something that you want to trade me, let me know. I'm always looking for new stuff, especially things that I don't have. So just let me know if you got a trade to offer up. Okay. So I'm going to clear this, push this over a little bit. We got one more box to open up, okay? Okay, one side to go here. Alright, I'm just trying to take it easy because I can tell this top piece is trying to move around a little bit. It's trying to hold down on some. It is. Okay. Where's my chip brush? Alright, we slice this sucker off like a tin can. Let's see what we got. Alright, Brand new 4-jaw chuck just for me. Yeah, look at that. I like it. The Cushman Chuck Company. All right. So here's our new 4-jaw chuck. And we successfully ripped the top off the box. And we didn't have any damage. Let me move it off that cutter there. And Tom did an excellent job packaging this thing up to ship to me. I'll have to be careful and deburr these edges because they're pretty sharp. So everything's pretty well, it's wedged in there. See, my clamps did good. He's got the wood in here wedged against the chuck on both sides, and it's tight. So my little squeeze clamps did a good job there. All right, I'm excited. Finally got me a good 4-jaw again. All right, well, that was a fun adventure, Tom. I'm sure everybody enjoyed watching that. So let me do a little cleanup here and get it out of the box, and we'll take a little bit better look at it, okay? Okay, I'm down to my last box, and this box was sent to me from Stan, and he's also got a YouTube channel known as Shaden HKW, and he does some good stuff over there. He's got some great videos to watch, and he's got some tools that he's been building, and sent out a few to some other guys, and I think he sent me a couple. But Stan asked me to open this box on camera, so I'm sure he's got some kind of surprise in here for me. Won't you, Stan? All right, so I haven't opened it yet, so we'll go ahead and rip her open. Well, they make pull tabs where you can open these things up, but he's got it all taped up. All right, Stan. Before I even pull anything out, I'll pull your note out. And let's see what you say. Okay, hey Adam, enclosed you will find a Master Z square set for your use, testing, etc. I can always use feedback, and just tell me what you love or hate about them. Enjoy. Okay, also included is a small set of 4590s I made. They really serve no practical use, just fun to have. Maybe your wife can use them as earrings. Okay, we got some other, I'll just stop there because I think we got some other surprises in here. I didn't even really read it. Okay. Alright, I think I see a couple of the squares here, maybe. Alright, I believe that's it. Just making sure. Okay. So this is the package here. It feels like a block of wood. Okay, that's must be the extra little goodies right here. Let's try to cut this off without scratching the box up. Look at that, man. Just like I was getting something from Starrett. We got a wooden box, and he's got a tag there that says handcrafted for Adam Booth. That's great. Another handmade item for me. Wow. This is some fine quality stuff, Stan. You got the wow, man. You got a whole set in here. All right, he's got it in this you know, this oily paper here to protect them, which is great. So I'll go ahead and we're going to pull these out. Make sure I'm getting the shot. It's the first time I've actually got to see these things up close. I've been watching the other guys like Tom. He's been showing them. I'll just set this to the side now. So first off, just check out the box, man. That's excellent. I like the craftsmanship in this. Looks really cool. Got the magnets on there. Keep it shut. Got the nice piano hinge. Good quality. So here's the squares. So here's a 4590, and what Stan does on these little squares is that he machines them so they've got an edge on both sides, so that you can use them kind of like a carpenter speed square. And you pull them up to an edge like that, and you've got a square edge. You can flip it over on this side, and you've got an edge there that you can catch. Very nice. So it looks like we've got it's like they're maybe a matching pair. Okay, you got a right and a left. All right. You got a right and a left. And then he's got his, he also puts his own little hallmark in them. It's a nice feature. Alright, here's the other ones here. I believe these are the 3060s. And then here's the small ones, 4590, right and the left. And he's just got Z stamped on there, indicating that's his last name, starts with a Z. I like them. I think that's going to be a really nice tool to use around the shop here. So thank you, Stan. I really do like these things. Let's go ahead and put them in the box here. Put it the right way and it'll fit. Very nice. It looks just as nice as anything you'd buy from a quality tool manufacturer. That's something anybody would be proud to have of, and I know I'm very proud to have this, Stan. So let's go ahead and look at the other goodies here. I think these are the little earrings. They're very small. Small set of 4590s. Triangles. and they're built just like these. They all have the little edge that you can pull up, so you can scribe your angles on the side of a part, or many other uses around the shop. Very nice. Every one of them look excellent. Alright, so we're down to the last package here, and I think this is the other surprise. Alright, these are some 60-degree center points that he's been making out of old end mills. You can see this is an old end mill shank. This looks like 1/2 inch, and this one looks like 3/8, and he's got them ground to a point. And you can use these in the mill machine. You can use them in a lathe. You know, put them in a drill chuck or a collet, and you can use them as a tap guide. Put them at the back side of your tap or your tap wrench whenever you're tapping a hole, or use them to find punch marks on a part. Thank you, Stan. Some high quality stuff, buddy. Let me see what else you had said. So also included is a small set of 4590s I made. They don't serve any practical use, just fun to have. Maybe your wife can use them as earrings. I know you and Tom are competing for the smallest hammer, so far you are the winner for the smallest square. Alright, so I have the smallest Z squares that Stan handmade for me. Last item are a couple of 60-degree points I make out of dead end mills. If you can use them and want more, send all the end mills you kill and I will grind them up for you. In closing, thanks for all your time you put in on your videos. I learn a lot watching you. Best regards, Stan Z, aka Shaden HKW. So, Stan, I can't thank you enough for this stuff, man. This is really, really nice stuff, and I'm proud to have this. And it's a very special tool, being that every bit of this was handmade and that you give it to me. Very nice stuff, man. I mean, especially the squares, but you know, the woodworking here also is excellent. Also, just like, you know, a lot of the tools that you buy from Starrett still come in a wooden box, and they put the same kind of quality in this. So this is I consider this a very high quality item and packaging. So there we have it. You really went out of your way, buddy. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to give these small ones up to Elena. I like them too much, man. We might put these up on the shelf over there and use these as our conversation pieces. How about that? Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's about it for this week's viewer mail. But what I would like to do is pull the camera in a little bit closer here, and let's take a little closer shot of some of this stuff. I'm sure you guys wouldn't mind seeing up a little bit closer. So I'm going to grab the camera here. So here's the Z squares from Stan. Here's the little minis and the 60-degree center points made from old end mills. You can see the quality of the box. So we got some nice stuff right here. Here's the Starrett back plunge indicator set with all the extra tips. Radius gauge set. Screw extractor, the tap wrench, the Allen wrenches. There's the thread file set. All right, here's the little brownie, the little clamp. All right, there's all the pins. And then we got the spill masters and the acid brushes. So thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate all the gifts. It means a lot to me, okay? So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed all this, because I know I have. Okay, guys, here it is. Here's the new 4-jaw. This is a 12-inch 4-jaw chuck made by Cushman Chuck Company. And I left one of the jaws out because I was going to give you a little closer up of everything. And it's a D16 back. It did have 3 studs. They're still over on the table wrapped up. I didn't take those out yet. But the chuck is in excellent condition for the age that this thing probably is. I don't know how old it is. We could probably contact Cushman or look up serial numbers on this thing to find out, possibly, but I'm not worried about that. But what really amazes me is that there's very little rust on it. Most of the chucks that I'm used to, all the machines in my area, the bare metal surfaces over time turn brown colored because of the moisture and the rust that collects on them over years. You know, even when you start buffing them off, they still sort of have that brownish patina on them, which is how all mine look. And this thing still has a really nice finish on it from the factory. So let me pull the camera over here and give you a little closer shot of it. There's the other chuck, and you can see it's still got nice finish on it. And you know, the threads in here are in great shape on all of them. The screw, all of them are in great shape. And the most important thing is this area here, the actual chucking area is nice. And whenever Tom had looked at this, he took a gauge pen with him and chucked it in here, you know, tightened up all 4 jaws and took some really close-up pictures and didn't see any gap on the jaws there. So it looks like that the chuck hasn't been used a lot in its life. I can tell it's been used. It's been kind of thrown around a little bit because there's some dings on the corners here, you know, where people take it and probably slam it onto the bed of the lathe or set it down. But I'll probably do a little bit of filing and dressing and cleaning up on my end just to kind of get rid of some of those little marks on here. But anyway, I'm very happy to get this because both of my chucks are getting wore out on my lathes. They've seen a lot of use in their days, and we've had a lot of chucking needs for the 4-jaw. And what happens over a period of time is that you're not always sliding something all the way through the chuck jaw when you're chucking something. You're out here on the edge, like you've seen me do a lot, and especially when you're doing some hard chucking. Over a period of time, these jaws actually stretch. So if you slide a part through there, you'll only be chucking on the back part of the jaw, and out here it won't be touching at all. Just like you know, a 3-jaw chuck does the same thing. So I'll be checking this thing out with some material and seeing how it does and getting her cleaned up and ready to go on the machine. And this one will probably be for the mostly for the Victor lathe. Both of the machines have a D16 cam lock spindle, this here, but that's nice because it will go on either lathe that I want it to. But this one's mainly going to be for the Victor, and if I need to put it on the Monarch, I will. So my goal is to later on find another 15-inch chuck that I can put on the Monarch over there and replace the one that's on there, because the jaws are bad and the screws are getting wore, and that's what my main concern with the chuck on the Monarch is. So maybe another day we can score another one of these things in a 15-inch version. So I'm a happy camper, and I was very excited. To get this. And so Tom, thank you very much for helping me out with this. I really appreciate it, man. It means more than you can imagine that you went out of your way to go and look at this thing and purchase it for me on my behalf, and then the awesome boxing job that you did. But we all got a kick out of that. And but thank you very much for helping me out, man. This is going to go to some good use. You know, you're going to see me using this on the lathe in future jobs, and it's going to work a lot better than the original 4-jaw that came on the Victor there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this whole thing with Pandora's box. I had no idea that Tom did that until he posted that video. I asked him whenever he picked it up. I was really concerned because of the weight of this thing. If it was just in like a heavy cardboard box, that it was going to get thrown around and that box going to tear apart, and this truck's going to go rolling out, and then guys at UPS don't know what to do with it, you know. So I asked him if he would fab up a little wooden box for me, and he said, "Don't worry about it, I'll take care of it." So he did. He took care of it. Fabbed up an aluminum box and welded it shut for me. So we had a lot of fun with it though, getting to cut it open. We got to use the do-all as a can opener today, and it made for some good video, and I had a lot of fun. So all right, Tom, thanks buddy. Let me know if you ever need a hand with something. Do whatever I can to help you out, because you went out of your way for me. All right guys, we'll see you later.